Hello, welcome back to the Dark Souls 2 any% Scholar First Sin tournament. I'm joined by Fujo. How's it going, Fujo?
Hello. I'm
Um,
doing fine. What
yeah,
about you?
yeah, not too bad, not too bad. That was a pretty exciting game we had. Pretty exciting match we had that one. Were you watching it? Sudo and Bathy.
Y- Yeah, I just watched it. I'm so disappointed that Bathhouse lost. I wanted him to
Yeah,
win so bad.
he had a very good run. It's very unfortunate dying in the mana. So yeah,
So,
this one is the upper bracket, the third round of the upper bracket, and we have Zyrelia versus Nick Stale. So Nick is currently his PB is 54-37, and Zyrelia is like a 55-58. So they're actually quite close, and we will see Nick probably not go for RTSR, which he did in his PB. So we should have a good race in hands. And I think if we're
y-
ready, do you want to do the countdown, Fujo?
of course. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, go.
So yeah, just see both players here. So it's same. It'll be the exact same as the last round if you're watching that. So yeah, they take off the equipment, save on stamina regen, and both players will be going bandit with the ascetic. Do you want to explain why they go bandit ascetic, Pedro?
Well, Bandit is a really good starting class. First of all, it has the axe, which allows us to kill the last giant very quickly, which is the first boss. It also has a bow, which is very useful. But the main part of why we choose Bandit is because he can use the rapier without having to do any level up, which is
Hmm.
really cool. Because the
Yeah, the rape.
rapier is gonna be our main weapon for the run,
Yep.
and we want to be able to use it as soon as possible.
Yeah, so we see there, Zarelli didn't go kart so, and uh, s- and sorry, Nick did do the kart so. I think he got it first time actually. Very good. And Nick, of course, doing his famous female character. This is Nick's famous for doing this. I think he actually got the world record of female character. Wasted about 1 second in character creation, but probably not for him. He's probably used to it by now. Um,
Yeah,
and yeah, the Carousel was we saw both players go for it last rounds. So it saves about 2 seconds over what we'll see Zyrelia doing when he goes for the river. So I assume he'll go for the river. So we'll see. Um,
yeah. One interesting thing about Castle is that the first day it was we were like we're starting to think we couldn't implement in runs. Most runners were like, well, we won't implement this, but I decided to implement it anyway, and now everybody's doing it.
you're
Yeah,
a leader.
yeah,
Strategies. Yeah, it's faster and it's just frustrating to as we saw last round. Was it 3 and 2? It took or 3 for each of them, 3 attempts to get it,
mm.
which is
It's
definitely
a
slower.
very inconsistent streak. It does
Mm,
you don't have a proper setup for it at all,
yeah.
which is super bad.
So we see Zyrelia doing the alternatives there, rolling into the river, picking up the soul there. Also gives you a homeward bone as well, which can be useful in the run. Um, but yep, so Zyrelia will have to use this soul when he speaks to Melentia for the first time, and that's where I guess it's not where you lose time, but it's a lot comfier to not have to use the soul there and be able to use a life gem. So yeah, we'll see that when we get there.
Yeah, but if you drop down in the river, you have the wet status, which gives fire resistance, which makes you take less damage from the
Yeah,
skip. So
yeah,
it really is a preference during races because Kotzal doesn't save that much time in races.
hmm, that's true. You can see he's wet by the footprints he leaves. It's an interesting mechanic they added. It doesn't really come into effect much. I guess it does in Iron Keep, but apart from that, you don't really see it much.
It's a really obscure mechanic. I discovered it like 2 years into speedrunning.
And yep, there we go. So Zyrella's popping the soul and buying the bomb, and Nick, there we go, just catching up. But being able to just pop a life gem there, and both of them getting bottom ult. Very easy. Zyrelia choosing to heal, and Nick doesn't. So hopefully he'll be okay. You can get caught at this fog gate and take a lot of damage,
So,
but his health's quite high.
as a lot of people probably know, in DS2 you have a stat called agility, which is tied to ADP, and it basically the higher ADP you have, the more iframes you have during rolls. So this specific roll before the Foggate is actually really difficult, especially as Bandit, because Bandit is the character with the lowest starting ADP in this game. So yeah,
Yeah,
this roll can be scary because you can still get hit even when you perform the roll. So
yeah.
healing is very
All the runners they
company
make it
there.
look very easy actually that roll. But yeah, it's very easy. When you first start out, it's very easy to miss that roll and get caught at the fog gate, and you're pretty much taking a death there if that happens. But both of them onto making it look easy and onto Last Giant. So yeah, Last Giant's it's a fairly easy fight. There can be some memes in it when he jumps, but even then, it's fairly structured in how you deal with him. Yep, looks like it's going to be very close here coming out of this. Oh, Zyrelia taking a little bit longer, but not too much. I think his game time's a little bit behind as well, so we'll see. Yeah, 2 seconds. That's not bad at all. It's a 5:11 and a 5:13. Very respectable race times for Last Giant. Well, very respectable
Yeah,
times
those are
either way.
really good times. It is very difficult to have a low last gen split in races
Yeah.
because if you want to go lower, you have to go YOLO, and YOLO is very inconsistent. This split is
Yeah.
very inconsistent in general, so
Yeah, it definitely can
you
be. I
can't
suppose
get
it's the
sub
same on
5
Epic.
in a race.
Yeah. I think there's only 2 players ever who've got sub 5. And Nick is one of them. He's got the current world record for this split, like 4:58. The other one's Doom 338. So yeah, it's you can get a lot quicker, but as Fujo says, a lot more inconsistent. Yep, so both of them coming up on Pursuer here, so we'll see the same strategy we saw in the previous race. Just roll his first attack, and then we use the Ballista, and easy peasy. Nick getting it there, and Zai should do the same. Yep, there we go. And then we use this nest, and this nest takes you to Bastille, and then, as you saw in the last race probably, Bastille, we come back to this bonfire later. So the idea of this route is that you pick up the 3 ascetics. You start with 1, you pick up 2 ascetics, bonfire ascetics, and you upgrade the bonfire at Rotten, and you kill Rotten 4 times, million souls, and that gets you through the Shrine of Winter and onto the end game. The alternative is killing the 4 old souls, which Fujo's fairly familiar with. He's very good at the old souls route, but it's a lot slower
Yeah,
than this route. Zai getting a bit
it's an
unlucky there with
interesting
Emerald
run
Heralds.
for sure.
Yeah, the old source, yeah. Certainly
This
different.
split is a good way to see the skill of the runners in terms of menuing, because you have all those menuings are actually not easy to optimize. You have lots of delays everywhere, and if you miss input, you lose souls, which can kill a run. So
Yeah.
top runners
Uh,
actually really have really clean menuing in this part.
yeah. Yeah, it's certainly it's certainly more time than you expect to be can be lost in this part of the run just by buying things quicker and upgrading your rapier quicker and buying the things from the cat. So yeah, we see both players there killing Moglen for the gear. That gives you about 25% extra souls, and it's really required to be able to get through that million soul. To get to that million soul mark, you need to get through the Shrine of Winter. And both players going down the pit here.
Very clean
After,
from Nick and
yep,
Zyrelia.
and Zyrelia, I guess, as well, yeah.
So this part of the run is really cool in my opinion, because you have some cool parkour.
Mm.
And yeah, you can really, in world record runs, this really shines because there's a lot of stuff you can do to really optimize. It looks
Yeah,
really cool
it's
in my opinion.
yeah. I agree. It certainly does.
Maybe we will get a Jeff jump from Nick. Maybe not.
He's
He
taking
takes
the
the
bonfire.
bonfire.
I hope we do.
So the Jeff jump was a trick discovered by Jeff, and it basically skips 10 seconds. Ooh, that was a close jump. It saves 10 seconds in this spot, but it is a very hard jump.
He's going for it.
Oh, Nick goes for
Good
it.
angle. Oh, that was very unlucky. I think he just jumped
Oh, that was
slightly too
so
early.
close. Yeah.
So that does put Zyrelia into the
Uh,
lead. I don't think he'll go for it again. I think he'll probably
yeah,
just take
he
this
has the
long path run.
bonfire, so he shouldn't lose that much time. But as you
Yeah,
can see, a death in DS2 is really, uh, it really loses you a lot of time.
yeah, very punishing.
Uh, Even if you die next to a bonfire, that's like 20 seconds or so. It
Yeah,
is really, really bad.
the death animation just takes so long. The you died. It's just on the screen for about 15 seconds.
Yeah,
It's
the
horrible.
devs really want you to understand that what happened to Nick?
Oh, I didn't see you. That was interesting.
Oh,
Did you just run off?
yeah, I think
Wow.
so. Or did he go for a jump again?
I didn't think that was long enough for him to get back to the jump. Well, okay, we'll see what he does now. I mean,
Oh, he died.
he fell off the bridge.
He fell off the bridge. Oh, that's so
Why is
unfortunate.
it, he didn't? Oh, he didn't pick up his. Yeah, because he can't get his souls.
So
So
he's
he's gonna be a
five,
few.
yeah, he's gonna miss
It's gonna
some
be a.
levels, but it
Yeah, it's gonna
shouldn't
be a
be
few
too
level
bad.
shots, but yeah, it shouldn't affect the run too much. Not getting the souls there, um, but it does put Zai full in the lead. So Zai's probably about a minute in the lead now. Those two
Oh,
deaths.
more than a minute, I think.
Mm,
It's a long way to run to this spot, but I can't say
yeah,
for sure.
yeah, it's still a
So
lot to
you
play
can
for.
see that Zyrelia used the Bright Bug. That's why he's all shining. The Bright Bug gives you more attack and more defense. So we as speedrunners use it for attack, mainly in this run. You can also use it for defense in runs such as all bosses, but
Yeah,
we also use defense. We use it as a defense in one of the final bosses.
that's true. Yeah, I didn't think about that as actually for
Because
defense.
tanking is
It's,
actually much faster than dodging everything.
yeah.
Especially in DS2 where rolling and running takes so much stamina.
Mm.
You can just get hit, tank, and attack immediately.
Yeah, doing the final
Oh,
fight without Brightbug is just awful. You can't tank anything. You just die in 3 hits, I think. So Zai getting hit by the stump there, but not a big time loss. It's, probably just as quick as walking away. But does get I think a very good run, 11:24. That's a very respectable time. That's a PB time. Um, so yep, using the
yeah, that's
ascetic.
a very good time for a race.
So that using the ascetic there, that ups the bonfire to New Game Plus. So when he comes back to fight the run again, he'll be fighting the run on New Game Plus. Nick getting good RNG, getting the puke attack, taking off the arm, taking off the cleaver arm makes the fight a lot easier. Look, he doesn't have to dodge that at all. He just walks very slightly away. There's some kind of him, and there's another one. The Rotten seems to forget that his arm's cut off, and there I go again, and he keeps trying to hit you with his cleaver. It's
Yeah, but you can also get trolled, and Rotten can use attacks where he doesn't use he, his cleaver arm. Rotten
yeah,
is a very troll boss.
yeah. So was that 12, 11? So it's about 40 seconds, 40, 50 seconds that he's behind. I thought Nick was going to go for the ascetic glitch there, but decided against it. Oh no, he did do it. So there we go, we saw it. He'd done it so fast I didn't even notice. You see that? So what happened there was while he was warping back to Majula, he actually used the ascetic and during the animation of sitting down. So it's a glitch where you can go back into the menu as you're teleporting away. And I assume he got it successfully, otherwise the run's over if he failed it. I'm not an expert on
Yeah,
it.
if you fail it, the message doesn't show. So because his message, the message what is done cannot be undone, shows
Mm.
we know that he got the glitch. So
Yeah,
if you fail the glitch, your run is dead because the aesthetic is consumed, but the area is not turned into NG+.
yeah,
So it's a reset. But this
yes.
trick saves an insane amount of time.
It's 7 or 8 seconds. It's insane. But yeah, it's insane when it's a massive time save. But um,
Yeah, well, it's a really good time save in world record runs, I would
of
say.
course, yeah, yeah. To do it in a race is very risky though. It's cool to see it. I think it's the first person who's actually done it. I think we've seen a couple of
Yeah,
runners to back out of it, realizing they weren't going to be quick enough. But to actually see it done. I wonder if he was planning on going for that, or if it's because he's behind now. He decided.
he probably knows he's behind with the two
Mm.
deaths, even if he's not watching. So that's why he went for the glitch.
Yeah, yeah,
But
that's
this
true.
glitch is not too hard. With a good amount of practice, you can get it
Yeah.
like 90% of the time. It is not that hard compared to the Jeff jump. I think Jeff
Okay.
jump is a harder trick.
Okay. Yeah, I've never got the ascetic glitch myself. I don't feel like I can push the buttons fast enough, but maybe it's just more practice required. But it's very cool to see it in a race. So
Yeah,
yeah, we see Zai going to Vingar here to buy the um, I'm forgetting the word, the resins. So these are used on all the bosses in the run. So we buy the
if he
Claymore
buys
and
it.
the resins. Yeah, there we go. Yep, Claymore and 14 resins. So the Claymore we'll see used in one of the next bosses coming up very soon, about 10 minutes time, or less than that even. Um, and the resins are used on every boss from now on, so it just adds about 20% extra damage to your weapon every time you use that resin.
So it is interesting to know that the Claymore is a fairly recent strat. Back in my day, it was not a thing at all. And people used to think, at least one runner used to think it was much slower than not using it.
Mm.
We were just using rapier and the mace, and before that,
Yeah.
we were even using the great club. But yeah, Claymore is the fastest. If you get the right RNG, Claymore is definitely superior in every way.
I think was Nick shot on Sosa? I think he only got 12 resins. Did I see that right? I guess we'll
I
find
didn't
out.
see that.
Find out
But
later on.
even if he's short, he can grab some resins in other
Yeah.
places.
Yep. We'll see if he picks up the charcoal um, when he goes for his Eldora. Zai just approaching Najka now. As I was saying last race that this can be very RNG heavy, and it was proven in Pseudo's fight when she jumped around 3, 4 times. So we'll see how the RNG that Zai gets. So hits her once and then buffs, not doing the RTSR strategy.
Yeah,
And
not
then,
only does bad RNG loses time,
oh,
but it is also very hard to deal with.
yeah,
Yeah,
she tons immediately. It's not good. He might be able to recover this if she does a tail attack now. Nope, she turns again. So this is what we're talking about. That turn attack. There's not a lot you can do when she's turned. There we go. He gets a tail attack, which is easy to punish with another jump. These claw attacks, they're so hard to dodge. He's still got the free ADP he started with, and as we are talking about, the fog wall, it's just so hard to dodge at anything. But that handled well there by Zai. Let's see how Nick does. He's got a slightly different strategy. He goes in a different position than most people. Like starts with
so
attacks from this angle.
buff runners are not going for RTSR. This is going to be an interesting race.
Yeah. Of course, Nick currently has the non-RTSR current runner world record. Set that the other day. It's
Yeah,
a very good time.
he actually
Um,
managed to beat my RTSR PB with a no early RTSR run, which is really insane. Because
yeah,
getting a low 55 with no early RTSR was thought to be impossible.
yeah.
Uh,
55-17 is what he got with no RTSR, which is 1 second off what the world record was in like March, I think, or
yeah,
April even. So it was an incredible run. Considering RTSR is thought to save about a minute as well, it's very good. So yep, Zai just dealing with the first lizard there in Sedora. The reason, well, we come TR, we get the of the upgrade equipment and the bonfire aesthetic, which we need to upgrade the Rottens. So it's very important that you kill these lizards. That one is probably the most important thing. It contains 3 large chunks, not chunks, shards, which are hard to come by if you miss them. Nick should do the same. Yep, kills the lizard. Yep, and Zai picks up the one on the edge of the cliff. And we'll see, this is the fight coming up where we're talking about where we use Claymore. It just makes it so much easier to deal with a lot of the enemies in this fight. It's sort of like a group fight. This is like 3 main enemies you need to kill, and then there's a bunch of crawlers and I don't know, zombies, I'd say, walking around hollows.
Yeah, this fight is really weird.
But
I don't know what they were trying to do with this, but nonetheless, it's an interesting fight in the speedruns. It's just very orangey, so.
Yeah, it's definitely fun to watch. Not so fun to play, I don't think. Zai again gets some good RNG there, handling it very well. Although the Magus is surrounded by the crawlers, but manages to get him. And brings out the Claymore. And yep, there we go. This is what the Claymore's good at, just sweeping up those enemies. Yeah, he's gonna get 4 once here. Very nice. Very good fight.
Oh, those hits were amazing.
Yeah, it's a very nice pattern of the enemies. Let's see how Nick does. So he gets a bit different RNG. The Mega starts with the magic attack rather than the AoE. But yep, does about the same strategy. Just kills both the mages. The reason we kill those mages first is they can buff or heal, and when they do, the fight just becomes so much harder. Especially when they buff. Oh, gets hit by a crawler there. Should be okay as long as he's taking a hit. Oh, close. Yeah,
Zyrelia got the lizard. Barely. Yeah, this lizard on the ledge is very, very annoying.
Yeah, Nick's actually taking the bonfire. It's so risky if you miss it. If you miss so the jumping lizard isn't too difficult, but the one after you miss that, you pretty much have to do +8 if you don't have a bonfire close by, rather than get a +10 rapier. And it's a fairly big difference there in the run. You certainly notice that. So the jumping lizard, yeah, it's easy. And yeah, as Fujo was saying, this one coming up around this corner, he's gonna get these charcoal resins as well, picks them up out the pot. So I wonder what happened with his souls. We didn't really see. I guess he done the full level up, even though he'd lost some souls in the gutter. Yeah, there we go. Gets the lizards. Will he get the jetpack? No. So you can actually pick that item up while falling and land at the bottom and pick it in, get the item. It's pretty fun. We call it the Nick jetpack. But doesn't manage to get it there. It's not always the best thing to go for in a race if you miss it. Zai on to Lost Bastille now. So as I said last race, this we only come here to pick up the bonfire aesthetic. So you just have to kill the boss and then make a run for the aesthetic, and then we can get onto the Rotting Gauntlet, as we call it. Rotting 2, 3 and 4, which gives us enough souls to get through the Shrine of Winter.
Oof, that was a nice troll from the soldier.
Yeah, I'm surprised they decided to kill him, but I guess it's fine in a race.
Yeah, it's usually faster to just ignore him and go for the statue.
Yeah, does actually pop a life gem there. Zai playing it quite safe actually. I wonder if he's watching the stream, knows he's ahead.
Yeah, Sentinels is usually a 2-shot fight, so I think healing is a good decision.
Yeah.
It's very easy to get during this fight.
Yeah. Oh, Nick going for the door skip and gets it. So you just jump on this wall and then jump over. It's a very nice strategy that saves about 4 or 5 seconds rather than opening the door, and gets a double kill as well. So Nick is actually catching up here just by slightly better luck.
Oh, Zyrelia with a hit during the jump.
Yeah, I haven't really seen that before. I guess that's quite interesting. You can do that. But yep, just
So
cleaning
yeah,
up
the
here.
only RNG that matters is the RNG of the last Sentinel. Basically, you're just waiting for the last Sentinel to pop up, and
Yeah.
once he shows up, his RNG decide if you lose or gain time.
Yeah, so the second one falls down as soon as you kill the first one. The first one's pretty scripted as far as how you kill him. He does the same two attacks, I think, or the same opening attack, and then the second attack's pretty easy to read. And then that triggers the second one, and the third one falls down a time after the second one. So the second one has no consequence in the fight as long as you can kill him fast enough before the third one comes down. Zai's going the old route here as well. It's interesting runners in this tournament doing this route.
Here you could see that Nick got trolled by the second Sentinel, but it doesn't even matter because
Yeah.
yeah, the third Sentinel is taking his time to come down always.
Yep, so Zai just gonna jump down this elevator shaft, pick up the that looks a weird angle. Picks up the bonfire ascetic, just about made it down onto the ledge there. Oh, Nick's also going the old route as well. It's very strange people going this route. I guess it's a very safe route.
Yeah, because if you miss the other pathing, you lose time. If you miss the jump, you actually lose time compared to this
Ah,
pathing.
okay, okay. I didn't know that. I thought it
So
was still faster if you missed the jump. Yeah.
no, from what I've seen, you lose time. I might be
Okay.
wrong, but I think
That's
I saw the
good to know.
timing. And also, you get time to pop the souls, which is
You
really
do.
nice
Yeah.
because it makes menuing easier and much more confusing.
Yeah, yeah.
So
Especially in a
Zyrelia
race.
is in the second round in fights.
Yep.
So
Takes
here
off
you
the arm
can
very
see the
quickly.
damage is really good, but not for long because round 3 and 4 will be super strong.
Yeah. Neither of the freeze runners, of course, went RTSR, so it's all fights, and we'll see from what Pseudo got. But yeah, it's terrible RNG there to get the AoE with that many, with only 2 hits left. But handles it quite well. So Nick using the charcoal resins here doesn't make a lot of difference on Rotten, how much damage you do. And yep, there's Zai popping the bonfire ascetic. Maybe on free pretty soon.
So one of the main difference between no RTSR and RTSR is the damage, obviously, but also it means that you have to rely on the RNG to save time. If you get bad RNG, you will be punished even harder
That's true.
if you do no
Yeah.
RTSR, and that can be really bad during races.
Yeah. It's true.
So here is the worst round in my opinion, round 3. It is really slow with no RTSR.
Yeah.
Especially if you get bad attacks such as the grab.
Yeah. I think you're not alone in thinking this is the worst rotten. I think most people this is probably the rotten they die to most. Most speedrunners. It's interesting, like, because it's not much harder than run free. It just takes longer. Just patience, I guess. Oh, it does take a bump there from the.
Because your damage is bad, you want to YOLO and you end
Yeah.
up dying. That was not well, that was a decent fight.
Oh, Nick died. So I'm not sure what happened there. He ran and then rolled into him. I don't know if that was a controller issue or what. That was very strange. Yeah, it's at the very
Couldn't
beginning of the
properly
fight.
see that.
Yeah, it's very strange. He just ran. He was doing the long overhead and he just kept running forward and then rolled into his body under the arm. it was right at the beginning of the fight, so it's not going to cost him too much time. But any time lost when you're behind is not good.
Yeah. This is very hard to deal when doing races. DS2 is that every death is going to cost you a lot of time. So dealing with the nerves and pressure is really hard. It's a skill in itself. You only acquire through racing, and it really makes a difference between runners.
Okay, yeah. Oh, nice puke attack there, Frank.
Yeah, you again.
Yeah, well finished. Oh, remember to pick up his souls. Yep, so I think that's I finished. I think that was Rotten 4, so back to Majula for the final level up. And buying, and you also buy Brightbugs here. Yeah, so someone in chat, Sudo's saying that he got the turnaround, Nick got the turnaround animation. So that's if you're running and you turn around, you get a really slow animation where you turn around, as opposed to when you're walking and turn around. Yeah, he just mistimed the roll. So I think he was trying to run, turn, and then run back. And yeah, if you get the turnaround animation, then you have to roll instead. And he must have just mistimed it. It looked like the angle was bad to me as well, but I guess he probably could have dodged it with iframes.
So the final level up is basically getting a lot of endurance. Endurance allows you to do longer combos, running more. You also level up strength and dexterity, which increases your damage, and you also level up ADP. So as I said earlier, the higher the ADP, the more iframes you get. So basically, in late game, there are enemies where if you have 3 ADP, you basically can't roll any of their attacks, so you're basically forced to level up ADP.
Yeah, I think there's some enemies you can't even roll their attacks in ADP, like the Archdrakes and Hamana, for example. But
yeah, I don't know if you can roll some of their attacks with 12 either.
Yeah, there's a lot of attacks which track you a lot in Dark Souls 2. So yeah, it's good. Good fight from Nick there, dealing with front four. A little bit behind now due to that death, but I think it's still all to play for. Well, it's still probably one death in it if Zai dies here, or if Zai dies anywhere. I think we'll see Nick catch up. And I think Nick will go the same levels as well, the 18, 47, 40, 48. And picks up Zai picking up the effigy there. It's useful later. So one of the last free ones you can pick up in the run. So Nick's actually doing keyboard and mouse menu in here. It's known to be quicker, but it's quite tricky to do on Scholar of the First Sin.
It's not too bad actually.
No.
Not the most optimal, but he actually saved some time there, even if it didn't look very clean. Because when you only use the controller, the numbers go up very slowly.
Yeah, they do.
So yeah, the run to Drunglake Castle is very long. So if you die at the gate here, it is a massive time loss. So here you have to kill enemies near the statue to activate the golems, which will open the door. And yeah, Zyrelia doesn't have much issue. Those enemies were kind of scary, but
it was a little bit scary. I think he was expecting a counter on one of them to kill them, and he didn't get it. And he only got normal hit, so done about 80% of its life rather than to kill it, and had to turn around.
So this spot is notably the worst invasion area for Forlorn. Basically, if you have Forlorn to invade you here, killing the enemies will be very hard, and you will also have to wait for the door to open while avoiding the enemies and Forlorn. So
yeah,
it is a big run killer.
I don't think we've had that in the tournament yet, have we? It's always fun to watch someone run around in circles as Scythe Forlorn just chases them, tries to hook them back. Yep, so Zai gets through, so there's a mechanic in this castle where you kill enemies pretty much near these golems or near the door there as well, and it takes a soul, so that's what you need to do for this door. And at the castle door, that's what Zai was doing there with the stone soldier as well. So killing that stone soldier opens this door for him. So he runs and kills him, runs back, gets the bonfire. And I think we'll see Zai picking up the old radiance as well. Yep, there we go. So it's just, they're not necessary for the run, but it's very cushy, very comfy.
especially for duo. Duo is a
Yeah.
fight where having good health regen is really helps.
Mm. Yeah.
But back in my day, Rekis didn't have all radiance in duo. People were bold enough not to grab them. I don't know what happened.
Yeah, that's
And
strange.
then,
Strange how
but
it got slower.
yeah,
Guess more consistency.
it is really so. What you would think is, yeah. So old Rekis didn't use RTSR, right? But no, the Reki from 2015 by Gunnar had RTSR all the way to
Wow.
in the run. Yeah,
Yeah.
it
I
was
guess
really
just
impressive.
yeah, just more modern strategies. I guess just saving time. So we see the same strategy as ever on Dragon Raids here. You fire a bow at the first one, fire an arrow, it gets him to jump down. You kill him first because his armor's paper thin, and then this guy you just finish him off. Like, oh, picks that, but it should be okay. Yeah, there we go. I think that hit was probably not intentional, but he was happy to take it. Nick's very low here. Don't know how he ended up so low when he's not doing RTSR.
Oh,
He's okay.
this soldier is a notable troll. Ooh,
Let's see how
my poor heart.
let's see how Zyrelia deals with the mannequins coming up. So as I was saying last run, these guys attack very fast and just stun lock you as soon as they hit you. So faster than you can attack actually. So it's everyone has different strategies. I think Zai might go for the bow strat. We'll see. Oh, he hits the wall. Oh, he didn't mean to do that. Okay, he's gonna kill one. No. Okay, this is not a strategy he intended to do, but he's managed to survive. And he does heal. So I think he's gonna use the bow here to finish off this guy. He doesn't know if that's a high health low guy. Is he lock on? Why is he not locking on? Okay.
I don't know why he's not locking on.
He's lock on broke. That's interesting strategy. Okay. Well, he gets it. That was a little less scary than a little more scary than he wanted it to be. Probably less scary than Pseudo's, to be honest. Pseudo's running around the room. But yeah, does this. It's always a scary room, that. And yep, there's Nick just finishing off with Dragon Raiders. So he'll be going on to the mannequins now as well. Okay. Zai setting up RTSR, even though he doesn't have it. Guess he's gonna set the bonfire. Yeah.
You actually need to rest at that bonfire if you don't do RTSR for a very simple reason. In this game, weapons have durability that drop every time you attack a wall or an enemy. So because you have to attack more times with no RTSR, your rapier can actually break during the Velstead fight. So you need to rest at least one bonfire to replenish your durability.
Mm.
And if you
Yeah.
break your weapon, you actually have to go back to Majula and repair it at a blacksmith, which is a massive time loss,
Yeah.
obviously.
So Nick does strategy correctly there. I guess that was gonna. I guess it was the same strategy that Zyrelia was trying, but you lower the guy's health to low, and then when he comes in, you just bow him in the face, fire an arrow at his face, and kill him. So very good there from Zai. Oh,
Yeah, very
I've never
clean
seen
from
that.
Nick.
Did you see the horse done the breath attack towards the door as he was opening it? I think it was
I have
iframes
some
that saved
slight
him.
delay because of my potato internet. Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that was weird.
yeah, it was. I've never seen that before.
Oh, he almost got him. Oh my. Mm.
So
Yeah,
Zyrelia went
mannequins
up the
can
elevator there.
follow. Yeah, Mannequins
Guzzler?
can actually follow up to the door, which is
Yeah.
super rare, but it can kill a run.
Yeah. I've never had them hit me there, but they have followed me all the way. It's extremely scary when you see him behind you as you're opening the door. So he's just standing there ready to pounce. So as I went up the elevator, I picked up the key to the King's Passage, lets them into here, and here we go, Mirror Knight. So we call this Consistent Knight. They should,
Yeah,
there's a very consistent strategy for it. Looks like he should get it. Yep, there we go. So he should now just do lightning attacks over and over, assuming Zai can do enough damage between them. So it's like 4 or 5 hits. Yep, there we go. Another lightning attack. Let's see if it's fairly clean strategy. This is probably the most scripted fight in the game, actually. If you do it
yeah.
correctly.
Pursuer is the most scripted one.
Oh, that's true. Yeah, so yeah.
The people don't even consider Pursuer to be an actual fight.
That's true. Yeah, I'd even forgotten about it when I was saying it's the most scripted. Nick just doing the same up the elevator, picks up the key, so we should see the same strategy from him. I hope we do. Otherwise he's done it wrong. Nice jump over the pit.
Next
And
up is
Zai.
the Great Equalizer, Amana.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Amana's
this is
fun
where
to
things
watch.
will get interesting.
Yeah. I think, yeah, I was going to say both of these runners have got quite consistent mana, but I'm going to curse them both now, so we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, we have a long tradition of names for different types of ways to die to mana. Most notable one is Brazilian mana, where you basically die to the very last enemy.
Yeah.
So here Zyrelia is going to the left path. So this is very important, so that the knights actually aggro later. Even though they still aggro, they aggro late, so that was much easier to deal with.
Yeah. It's very nice. It's a good strategy for a race. A little bit slower, but a race you don't care about those 2 seconds if you can survive.
Yeah, their spawn locations is always different. There is no like consistent pathing for these 3 guys.
Yeah.
It is really, really annoying.
Yeah.
So
And Zai now
Zyrelia
making
decides
his
to
way.
heal.
Oh, he
Wise
gets
from
full
him.
on. So he's making his way through the soul arrows, which as we talked in last game, you have to dodge them very late, like because of homing. So they home at you and then stop homing after when they get about a meter away from you. So you just have to dodge them at that point. But he did get forlorn, so he cannot play this safe. He has to go very quickly through this last section. So he's going to go for the YOLO strat, ignores the first guy, doesn't even bait him. Normally you bait him out. So we'll see if this pays off for him. Yeah. Oh, he gets a stab attack. This is risky. Yep.
Yeah,
Oh,
this stab
Forlorn
attack is
Forlorn
very
died.
important.
That was.
Oh.
Oh, come on, Zai. That's really unfortunate. It's for Forlorn to actually die there as well. Can he make this out? No, okay, that's unfortunate for Zai. That puts Nick into the leads. So Nick just making his way to the first section now with the soul arrows. Yeah, Forlorn mana is. You were talking about the dwarf mana, but Forlorn mana, when you don't want to do a YOLO strat, it's awful to get Forlorn mana. It just forces you to rush it. And oh, Nick gets Forlorn as well. That's incredible. I have cussed him completely. I'm sorry, guys. So let's see.
Yeah,
See
the
how
curse
Nick
is
handles
real.
it. So Nick's probably more familiar with doing the YOLO strat, so let's see if he can pull off. He does. He's been on the set quite late, so he can take a soul arrow and still get through the door. Kills the guy anyway. Killing that guy can be risky if Lord's close, but not sure where he is. So yep, probably going to be doing the same strat. I don't think he's going to kill these guys. Yep, so he's going for it. You roll these guys very late, and Forlorn died again. This is wow. For Forlorn to die in a mana is pretty rare. So to see that twice in a race That's incredible. Uh,
Yeah, a true miracle.
yeah, and Nick does get through, so that's the fun bonfire in a mana. Takes that just for safety, I guess. No one wants to go for a mana. And yep, he'll be heading up to Demon of the Song.
Mm. Demon of Song is a notable RNG boss. It is it is a very weird boss to fight. So you will see why, because this is a frog demon, which you can only attack when body is open. So you actually have to get the right patterns to actually get hits in.
This is I going for the strat he probably prefers doing here, killing the mage, killing the first Archdrake, and yep, just making a run for the door now, past these two guys, and yeah, he should be through now. It's just unfortunate he got that for lone first time. It's a fairly consistent strat, but good job, Zai.
No,
And
people are cursing Nick with the Brazilian mana.
I think he should be okay at full health. It's, doing this RTSR is scary, but at full health, you can take a beating from this guy. So when we say the last enemy in a mana, there's a cyanide guarding this door. We'll see. It must be killed. We'll see how he deals with it. Okay. He does get him. That was probably not the strategy he wanted to do, but he got him for a
Yeah,
takedown.
as long as it works.
Yeah. And Zai just coming up to Demon Song now.
So Demon of Song actually has different opening attacks. The worst opening.
Oh, that was risky. Sorry, go on.
Yeah, that was very scary. Um, there is an opening which is notably the worst. It is the opening where you get an insta charge, and no matter what you do, you can get this opening. It is really awful. So
Yeah.
that was a decent fight.
A little bit
Very
scary at the
scary.
beginning there. Yeah, but he dealt with it. Nick is into Undead Crypt here. So you just Spire smarts this guy, he kindly moves out of the way for you. This is probably the scariest room in the game. Well, with non-RTSR, it's not too bad. He just, there we go, he takes with Star Reaper's enemy self, so I would have killed him in RTSR, but...
I was almost a Brazilian mana from
Oh yeah,
from
that was,
Zyrelia.
wow. I wasn't even watching. Yep, so Zai on his way down to Undead Crypt, so... Nick, it's still not far, it's still a lot, still not much in this at all. It's probably about a minute in this. It's a very exciting race. Nick coming up to the two shield soldiers here. He's firing an arrow and he turns around because he hears the noise. There we go. Easily done. Although you missed on your PB, right, Virgil?
Yeah, we will not talk about that today.
Yeah, it looks a lot easier than actually is. Oh, Zai, interesting strategy to get through
Zyrelia
that.
going for yeah, interesting way of getting past this guy. So Nick is bold enough to go for the middle strat. Normally in races you want to go to the right of the pillars because it is more consistent. But you can, with good stamina management, you can actually go in the middle and dodge every enemy. It is a pretty consistent strat.
Oof, Nick getting a couple of bad attacks in a row there, but
Yeah,
he
this
still looks like
attack
he's
is
handling
really
it.
bad.
Okay, he's getting the charge. Okay, there we go. So he decided not to attack there so that he would get a full stamina, full damage in before he buffs. It's a very heads up play from Nick. And yep, finishes him off. Very good fight. Zai coming up to those same soldiers, so let's see if he gets the arrow. Yep, easy. So the reason we come down here is for that one item, the King's Ring. So that opens the door to Aureus Keep, so that we can get to Guardian Dragon and onto Ancient Dragon, who gives us the Ashen Mist, which lets us get into the memory, which lets us then get the item, which can spawn the final boss. So Nick just warping out, and they'll go on to fight Guardian Dragon. I think we'll see him pick up the RTSR here as well. Let's see how Zai handles Velstad. This was one of the hardest fights for me, learning the game, learning the speed run.
Yeah, it is one of my favorite fights, but it is also a very fast fight, so...
Yeah, well, only gets one attack in there, so let's see what he does. 1 and 3. Yeah, I think he should just go for this, right? He shouldn't. It's only one attack. No, he takes the extra one. So now you just lay into him for his stamina.
Yeah, if you get the jump before the transition phase, it's really bad. It loses an insane amount of time.
Yeah.
Because it means you will... In some cases, it means you will have to fight a little bit of the second phase.
Yeah, you do not want to play the second phase of Velstad. He's got so much. He's got extra armor and he hits so much harder. It's like he can kill you. He does like 50% of your health for each attack. It's ridiculous.
Oh, Nick set up RTSR with the knights there.
Yeah.
So setting up RTSR is actually safer than not setting up RTSR there. Because if you have the right amount of damage on the next boss, Guardian Dragon, you can basically the boss is very consistent.
Yeah.
Though it can go bad because this is Dark Souls 2 after all. Everything is RNG.
Yeah, it did cost him a few seconds. I think the door was already open. He was still setting up. But as you say, it's like if you don't have RTSR there, it can cost you more than 30 seconds if the dragon gives you bad RNG. So it's certainly worth it to waste a few seconds to set up. Make sure you've got the RTSR. I wonder what. Oh, we're going to see the key strat from Nick. So Nick only recently moved to the key strat. As we've said, it's very similar timing between the key and the rapier. I love the key strat though. It looks so much cooler. Which do you prefer, Fujo?
I like both. I'm trying to like I'm really experimenting between both. I can't really say which one I like more. Yeah. I don't even know which one is better from an objective standpoint. But...
Yeah. They must be incredibly close as far as timing goes. We'll see. Nick, good positioning. Gets the first 3 attacks, 3 headshots. And he should just finish him off here with 4 R2s.
Yeah, so he went for R2s there because the Guardian Dragon didn't attack. So if the Guardian Dragon attacks, you want to do it for R1s. Yeah, this is this is a situation where you actually want to use R2s. Because recently I was like, why do you want to do R2s? And this is a good demonstration of why you want to do R2s in some cases.
Yeah, I just pre R1s and then an R2 to end it, and I think it seems fairly consistent. Like as long as you get the free counter attacks on the head at the beginning.
Yeah.
It seems fairly consistent.
Yeah, getting an AFK dragon is very rare. It is very hard to practice this fight because there are so many RNGs possible, but you have to fight the boss for hours before you get there. the one RNG you want to see.
Yeah.
It's one of the worst bosses to fight.
Certainly frustrating. So Nick into Dragon Area, as we were saying, shortest area of the game in Scotland. Up this ladder.
Zyrelia with the rapier. Oh.
Oh, interesting. Strategy see that?
Oh yeah. No, okay.
Absolutely fine.
That worked.
Yep. So the idea of the rapier strat is that you make him stomp, and then as he's stomping, you change legs and just finish him off on the other leg. Slightly different from the key strat as we saw from Nick. You make him turn at the beginning and kill him as he's turning. But the timing is so similar, it's just personal preference. Nick taking the bonfire and Dragon Shrine here.
Yeah, Dragon Shrine is a very scary area.
Yep.
Especially for the very last corridor where there are three enemies blocking your way. It is one of the part the late game part that killed most of my runs, I would say.
Yeah, I think everyone's lost a run to these guys at some point. This whole area, this knight as well, this giant can really get in the way. Like just running straight past them,
Yeah,
getting a good
this is
attack.
actually the optimal strat to go for the door
Mm.
directly. Oh,
It's the fastest strat, but I don't know if it's in a race I would be scared to do it. It's
it's not that bad, but I would preferably go for the more consistent Jeff strat where
yeah,
you hit the door and wait a little bit.
yeah. You can make him walk away from the door a little bit, and this makes it. Oh, very good from Nick.
So yeah, Nick with the roll, you can
Yep.
actually jump there. It's more, it is much safer, but rolling is faster. So I don't know. I think
Yeah,
maybe Nick is not watching and he thinks he's still behind. I don't know.
it's
But
possible.
either,
Um, I don't know. I think it's just personal preference really. I personally prefer the jump. It seems safer to me, but it's I think I think at this level it's just personal preference. I mean these runners should know how safe they are doing either strat. Let's see if Nick gets the giant launch jump here. I'm not sure what happened there. Did he
why did he unequip his rapier? I
um
don't understand.
uh, I think
He forgot to throw the skull. Yeah,
it's,
okay.
he did no he did throw the skull and then he went back and he missed the gesture somehow. I'm
Yeah,
not sure exactly what happened. Um,
yeah. So
he
the series, yeah, the inputs for this skip are very weird. So you have to turn around, which is super hard to do with a controller. And then you have to use a gesture point in this case. And then you have to backstep during specific frames of the gesture animation. And it is very easy to mess up.
Nick getting past the second giant. That second giant can cost a lot of runs. Um, on his way to giant lot here. So yep, just goes into that little spot, back steps. It's a very safe spot. The giant can't hit you and fireballs don't hit you. And yep, should just be able to free cycle him here. Oh, this is odd RNG. He's got no idea what attack he's doing right now because he's so close to the wall. But well handled to run away.
The most difficult part about this boss is not the attacks, it's reading the attacks. Because
Yeah,
this guy is so big and the camera is actually not good,
yeah,
you can sometimes have a hard time reading that boss.
yeah, yeah. I think
Zyrelia
that's
is also entering the area.
yep. So it's actually very close. We'll see how Nick handles the final two fights. Could be what decides that. Was I really getting a bad attack? Okay, that's fine. That giant, he done a poke attack. I thought he was doing a swing. So he's doing a
Uh,
different area. He's buffing in
this is the classic buff spot. It is less consistent, but it's easier to deal with because with the other spot you have to backstep with a lock on, and which sometimes can go bad.
Mm,
So
I think
I
it's.
understand why he prefers going for the old school one.
I think the new one's the one that's more forward is also less likely to get paper wall as well. So
Yeah,
it certainly seems that way to me. So you can actually the sword can go through the wall of the place where Zyrelia hid there. Much more often than it goes through the other side of the wall. We call that paper wall when it happens. But thankfully, it didn't happen there. So let's see. Next on to Throne Duo, the second last boss. So he'll use a bright bug here, and the bright bug will last into the second fight as well. So as soon as he kills Throne Duo, Nishandra will spawn the final boss. So he uses this bright bug. Use it very late here, and
yeah.
it lasts a minute and a half.
Bright bugs like last exactly for 2 minutes, which
Is it
is
2 minutes?
really, yeah, 120 seconds. It is really cool that it lasts so long because
Yeah,
you can actually use it to cheese some of the areas in
mm,
some cases,
yeah, yeah.
and you can also use it for several several fights in a row.
Yeah. I think when I first started speedrunning, I was using it in a mana as well, which
This
is
is
very nice. Oh, he's getting
very
pushed against the
awkward
wall.
RNG.
Yeah. I think I'd be healing here, but he's okay.
Ooh.
His defender is still alive there. Wow. He's gonna have less than 10 HP here, I think. 24.
Yeah.
That's really unfortunate, but he's got him now. This is a little bit of time for Zai to catch up. He's having trouble with Watcher as well. Okay, she should be dead now. So she does a backflipping in buffs. It's a common thing when you get below 50%. So good job, Nick. Well handled. So it was, as you say, it was odd RNG, but he done well.
Zyrelia entering the fight. Getting a very bad opening. Oh, but Watcher is blocking, so that's good.
Yep.
Okay.
And
Oh,
kills the
he
defender very quickly.
defender is already dead.
Nick's onto
So
Nash here.
Nick successfully baiting the lasers.
Yep. So the strategy in this fight is you just back away and heal, and she does a laser attack, and then you run back in, hit her like 5 or 6 times, and just do the same over and over. And Nick, just one more hit. There we go. So Nick's done. This is what a close race this has been. So,
Closest race we've seen yet.
yeah. Nick's gonna be high 50 here, 58, 40, I think. Maybe. Bit lower, 50, 35, 34. So yeah, hopefully Zai can finish this out in 59 pace. Just that really unfortunate forlorn and a mana is what cost him. So need to ask him about that. And yep, just the same strategy Nick done. Just back away, life gem, she beams, run back in. And I think you should finish right here rather than back away. Yep, there we go. Yeah, GG's Zai. It's a very good race time. Another race where both runners are under sub hour. So yeah, I see you can see the quality that's left in this tournament. To be honest, how good these runners are. And yep. So what's that? 59-13, I think it was.
Yeah, all those played
Yep.
on memes again.
Hey, welcome back, guys. You can unmute yourself, please. And Nick.
Hello.
Hello, guys.
Hello. Yeah, congratulations, Nick. That's a very good time,
Thanks.
58-34. And Zai, you went far behind. So was it 59-13 in the end? Your timer. Right then, yeah.
I'm not sure what happened with the timer. I think auto
Yeah,
split made it
yeah,
go away.
don't worry about it. Yeah, so it was all decided by that a mana forlorn Zai. That was really unlucky.
Wait, Amana Forlorn. I don't think the Forlorn mattered.
You-
I got hit at the fog gate and that was it.
okay. So I was wondering. I didn't know if you would go for that strategy if you didn't have forlorn. I thought you might. I thought you might be going for a safer strategy. Without you went for the safer strategy second time, right?
Yeah, I did just because I was like, okay, I can't die again. There's no way. But I didn't even know where Nick was. I wasn't watching the stream. But yeah, it was
Yeah, that's fair.
unfortunate that I couldn't get through that fog gate. I swear I
Yeah,
was probably like 1 or 2 frames off of getting through the second attempt. But
yeah, you were very close. I mean, actually, Nick got a forlorn, the exact same forlorn mana. It's kind of interesting to see. And yeah, he managed to get
Yeah,
through.
how was the race other than that? I mean, did you have any deaths, Nick?
dude. I played too poorly. This was the worst race that I could have ever do. Like, dude, I don't know what happened. Like, my mindset was off of the race. I was like so nervous at the start. I don't know. I missed Jeff Jump. And then when but I tried Jeff Jump because I was too nervous. I knew that I would die for Jeff Jump, so I thought, okay, I will try to SD, so my nervousness go away. And after I died to Jeff Jump, my hands were so sweaty that I couldn't manage to play the game. So I dropped the controller for a second, and then I died again to the bridge. And I was like, yeah,
Uh,
man, at least I will try my best to give a Zai a good race. And I kept playing and playing. So the last thing that I remember, I was almost dying to Trnashka, like, and then I died to Rotten. And at this point, I
Oh
was like,
wow.
man, where are my gold pines? I
Yeah.
don't have any gold pines. And then I picked up charcoal pines instead, and I was like, man, please. And then, dude, on the start of Rotten 3, I was like, okay, I just have to play normally. And then Rotten 3 swept I got hit by the opening and got one-shotted, dude.
Yeah.
Wow.
What
You
happened
died
in that
like
game?
5 times or like 3 or
I
4 times, and
I
you still
died
got a
3 times, I
58.
guess.
I think it's
I
three
died
times.
three
Yeah.
times.
Yeah. What happened in that run free fight, Nick?
Dude,
You jumped towards you rolled into the attack, right?
yeah, I don't know, dude. My hands were so sweaty that I think that I slipped the circle and then I rolled instead of running.
Yeah, that's
Dude,
fair.
it was so concerning, man. This
Yeah.
this race was terrible for me.
That throwing Joe fight as well looked pretty scary.
Dude,
Yeah.
I survived because of like good RNG. Like I don't even know if I can say good RNG, but I got mashed by Defender. So when I was mashed by Defender, Watcher hit didn't got me. I was with 1 HP. I was supposed to be dead, dude. And
I don't even know what happened in my throne duo. Like the watcher just went insane. Like I have no idea what he was doing. Some intern coded that, and it showed itself.
Yeah, you handled it well. I thought you might just catch up, but well, I guess you needed a mistake from Nick at that point. But it's
Hmm.
it's
yeah,
unfortunate.
I got a good meme, by the way. Forlorn, I got Forlorn on mana, and Forlorn actually SD during the
That's what
Amana
mine did.
briefing.
Yes, yeah, we're saying that's incredible. It's
Yeah,
to see two
2
two
forlorns
forlorn
and 2
death.
SDS from the
Yeah,
forlorn. That's actually
yeah,
insane. Like I was at the fog gate, and then I get like a button prompt. I'm like, what is this? And then I realized later it was an effigy, and I was like, oh, the forlorn must have died.
yeah.
yeah,
Yeah, that
I got
that's
the same thing.
happened in a race with me earlier today as well. Must be forlorn death day or something. Very interesting. So I've never seen forlorn die in that area before, like before today. But
Yeah.
I
yeah,
was pretty happy with my run. I think I was only like 3 minutes 14 seconds behind my PB, but
yeah,
2 minutes and 40 seconds I lost right to Amana. So
yeah,
if I didn't have
yeah,
that death, I think I could have been like very close to PB, and it was a solid run.
yeah. It
But
was a solid
GG
run.
Nick, good job
Thanks,
sticking it
man.
out and turning a bad early game into a W.
Yeah, you're still in the tournament's eye, so you'll be facing again the winner of Luth and Rick Nips legs. That race will be tomorrow to find
Okay.
out who you're facing.
Yeah,
Uh,
my bracket prediction is still correct. I predicted myself losing to Nick, so I got some bracket points.
very nice. Very nicely done.
Good race,
Um,
Nick. GG.
Good race, I'm sorry for not doing my best, man. I don't know what happened, dude. I'm
mhm.
sorry.
Yeah,
You done
good,
well, Nick.
good job,
You're
guys, with this race. It was a really tight race, very
Yeah,
entertaining.
it
Thank you.
was.
And yeah, I think that's all we have today for Dark Souls 2. Tomorrow we'll have let me check actually the races tomorrow. Do you know them? Joe?
I am running tomorrow
Oh
against
yes.
Tuled,
Yep.
and there
So
is also another match before
yep. So
mine.
Luft and Regnips. So yeah, I've got it here now actually. So Fujo and Red will be at 6 p.m. UTC, and then immediately following that will be Luft and Regnips, who and the winner of that will play Zyrelia in the following week. So yeah, look forward to that. And
Yeah.
yep, until then, I'll see you tomorrow.
See ya.
Yeah,
See
see
ya.
ya.